Well, welcome to Monday, another virtual day of learning due to some snow that's moving into our area. So, what you need to do right now is get out your English folder, find your prepositional packet there, and turn to page 3. And your page should look like the one here on the screen. At the bottom, I think I put a number 3 at the bottom of your page. So we've been talking for, I don't know, a week now about prepositions, prepositional phrases. So today we're going to dive into finding prepositional phrases in a sentence. So take out your prepositions list. You are allowed to use your list to help you find a preposition in a sentence. So take that list out. You'll need that. And then page 3. Now, if we were in class, we would read these aloud together. But I'm just going to trust that you will read these and get familiar with them. The more familiar you are with them, the less time it will take you to find them in a sentence. All right, so let's look at our page here. And my pointer is up here at the top where I'm going to begin reading. A preposition is a word that relates a noun to other words in the sentence. It can give information as well as tell location, direction, or time. So it can tell us where the noun is. Is it on the table? Is it under the table? It can tell us direction, where a noun is going. Um, is the ball going toward the player in the field, or is it up in the air? And it can tell us a time when a noun happens. So if you look on your list there, you can probably find different words that will tell location, direction, and time. So a preposition begins a phrase called a prepositional phrase. So what that simply means is the preposition is always going to be at the beginning of the phrase. Now remember, a phrase is just maybe 2, 3, 4 words. It's not a complete sentence. It's just 2 or 3, sometimes 4 words. So let's move on down our page here. If I can get my page to move. All right, let's look here. Directions. Put parentheses around all prepositional phrases. You may use your list of prepositions. So let's look at my examples here that I've put. I will sit on the boat with my friend. Notice there is 2 prepositional phrases in this sentence. And do you see the first word is, whoops, I want yellow here. Don't want to black this out. My first preposition is what? On. So on the boat is what I have parentheses around. The second preposition is the word with. And I put parentheses around with my friend. I will sit where? On the boat. With who? With my friend. So if you look on your list, you'll find the word on. On begins the prepositional phrase. On the boat is one prepositional phrase. With, if you notice, is on your list. With my friend is the second prepositional phrase. So both of those phrases would have parentheses around them. Another thing to notice that a prepositional phrase will never be the subject or the verb of the sentence. So, like we do most times when we're working on sentences, what do? We underline the subject once. So what would be the subject in this sentence? Okay, I. See if I can do that neatly. And then we would underline the verb twice. Let me see if I can get a line here. And then I would take my verb, will sit. Ooh, anyone notice there's a helping verb there? Remember, I look for my verb and then I back up to see if there's a helping verb. So in that sentence, I is the subject, will sit is the verb, on the boat with my friend are prepositional phrases. So eventually we will get to the point where we will underline the subject, underline the verb, put parentheses around the prepositional phrases. I just wanted you to see that. Today all we're going to do is find the prepositional phrases and put parentheses around them. So look at the next example that I have here for you. It says the sandwich in that bag is moldy. Notice I only marked out the prepositional phrase, not the rest of the sentence. So, what is my preposition? In. All that said in is correct. So, in that bag. That would be my prepositional phrase. Because what is? Helping verbs. Is would be the verb of the sentence. So remember I said earlier, a prepositional phrase never is the subject or the verb in a sentence. So in that bag would be your prepositional phrase. Is a verb, so we would not mark that. Okay, so let's look down at sentence number 1. Sarah would like a cup of hot chocolate. Okay, so we know it's not going to be Sarah, right? Because Sarah's not on our list. Is the word would on our list? No. What about the word like? Aha, yes. So we know that like is a preposition. So, let me see, I want to do freehand. So we're going to put a parentheses here, if I can do that. I might have to do it this way. Like a cup would be my prepositional phrase. So I would put parentheses around that. Now, what about the word of? Is that on our list? Yes. So, of hot chocolate would be my, whoops, sorry, that's a little messy. Next prepositional phrase. Like a cup is one prepositional phrase. Of hot chocolate would be my next prepositional phrase. So remember, we said before that a sentence could have more than one prepositional phrase. If it's a long sentence, it could have 2 or 3, 4 prepositional phrases. So what we have to do is look at each word and decide, okay, is that on our prepositions list? That's why the more you become familiar with the words on this list, the faster you'll be able to find these prepositional phrases. All right, moving on to number 2. The car next to the restaurant is my mother's. All right, no. Car, no. Next, no. To, yes. So we're going to put a parentheses here. To the restaurant would be our prepositional phrase. Because if you notice, what is the word is? Yes, is a helping verb. So we don't want to include the helping verb in our prepositional phrase. That's not where it belongs. Okay, so to the restaurant would be my prepositional phrase. And I know some of you are like, oh, Miss Bradshaw, I'm so confused. The more we work on these, the better you will become at finding the phrase. And if you think about it, if you take out the subjects, the verbs, then it's just those two. Find the preposition, and then usually it's the 2 or 3, maybe sometimes 4 words after the preposition that becomes part of the phrase. All right, so let's do number 3 together. Doug found his pencil under the couch. So, Doug, is that on our list? No. Found on our list? No. His on our list? No. Pencil? No. What about the word under? Yes. So, under is a preposition. So, we are going to put parentheses around that. Under where? Under the couch. And so that's where that would be our prepositional phrase. Okay, so now what I want you to do is just do 4, 5, and 6 by yourself. And hopefully tomorrow we'll be back in class and we will finish out the others together. Okay, thank you. Take your time. This will come. Have a good day, guys.